She stopped for gas in full uniform. Minutes later, she was on her knees in handcuffs while strangers filmed. The officer laughed when she said she was a Navy SEAL. What happened next ended his career and changed his life forever. Before we continue, let me take this opportunity to thank you so much for supporting our channel. Just choosing to watch our video means a lot to us. Before we go any further, tell us where are you watching from. Drop your city or country below. And don't forget to like and subscribe if this is your first time here. Nia Washington is a 29-year-old active-duty U.S. Navy SEAL from Georgia, a distinction earned through relentless discipline, elite training, and years of service most people never see. Raised in Savannah by a retired dockworker father and a schoolteacher mother, Nia learned early that respect was never given freely, it had to be earned. Chief Petty Officer Nia Washington drove in silence, her hands steady on the wheel, her eyes alert even after a long day of travel. Years of training had conditioned her to remain vigilant when everything looked calm. Especially then, her fuel gauge dipped below empty just as a flickering sign appeared ahead, an isolated gas station at the edge of a rural town that looked like it hadn't changed in decades. Nia slowed, turned in, and parked beneath buzzing fluorescent lights that cast a harsh glow over cracked concrete. She stepped out of her truck and adjusted the Navy SEAL uniform she wore with quiet pride. The jacket fit perfectly, every insignia earned, every ribbon a reminder of sacrifices most people would never see. The trident on her chest caught the light as she walked to the pump, a symbol recognized around the world, at least by those who understood what it meant. Inside the gas station, conversation stopped. The clerk stared. A couple near the snack aisle whispered to each other, eyes fixed on Nia as if she were something out of place, something that didn't belong. She had felt that look before, in airports, in quiet towns, even overseas, but she had learned long ago not to let it touch her face. She focused on the sound of fuel flowing, on the rhythm of her breathing. That was when she noticed the police cruiser. It rolled into the lot slowly, deliberately, headlights sweeping across her body before stopping a few yards away. The engine stayed on. The driver didn't get out right away. Nia felt it instantly, the shift in the air, the sense of being targeted. The door finally opened, and Officer Rick Halvorsen stepped out. He was tall, stiff, his posture less professional than performative. One hand hovered near his weapon as he approached, eyes narrowing as they traced the lines of Nia's uniform. He didn't greet her politely. He didn't ask if everything was okay. He just stared. "Evening," he said at last, his tone flat. Nia finished pumping gas and turned calmly. "Evening, officer." "That your vehicle?" he asked, nodding toward her truck. "Yes." "Step away from it." Nia paused. Her training kicked in. Not combat training, but restraint. "Am I being detained?" Halvorsen's mouth twisted into a smirk. "You are now." He began circling her, slow and deliberate, as if inspecting an object. His gaze lingered on her insignia, her rank, the trident on her chest. "Mind explaining why you're dressed like that?" he asked. "I'm active duty U.S. Navy," Nia replied evenly. "I'm returning to base." He laughed, a short, mocking sound. "Sure you are." He leaned closer. "Too close. You know impersonating military personnel is a felony, right?" "I'm not impersonating anyone," she said. "My military ID is." "I didn't ask for a story." The couple nearby exchanged looks. One of them raised a phone. Halvorsen's voice grew louder, sharper. "Let me guess, you bought that uniform online? Thought it'd get you some respect?" Nia's jaw tightened, but her voice stayed calm. "Officer, I'm requesting a supervisor." That did it. His face hardened instantly. "You don't get to make requests." He grabbed her arm without warning, twisting her wrist. Pain shot up her shoulder, but Nia didn't cry out. She had endured worse in places far more dangerous than a gas station in the middle of nowhere. "Do not touch me," she said. "Oh, I'll touch you if I want," Halvorsen snapped. "Turn around." "I am not resisting," Nia said, every word controlled. "That's not your call." He shoved her against the side of her truck, metal clanging loudly. Phones came up now. The clerk stepped closer to the window, eyes wide. An older man, a veteran by the look of him, took a step forward. "Officer," he said carefully, "that insignia is real. I served. You don't just wear that." Halvorsen spun on him. Back up, or I'll arrest you too. The man stopped, fists clenched, helpless. Halvorsen yanked Nia's arms behind her back and snapped the cuffs on tight, over her uniform. He forced her down onto her knees beneath the lights, positioning her so everyone could see her like that, cuffed, lowered, humiliated. "You think wearing that makes you special?" he said. "People like you don't belong in that uniform." Nia looked up at him then, her eyes steady, unflinching. "History will remember this moment," she said quietly. He laughed. "Nobody's going to remember you." What Halvorsen didn't know, what he couldn't imagine, was that the Pentagon already had. Black SUVs pulled into the lot 10 minutes later, silent and precise. No sirens. No hesitation. 3 men stepped out. 2 in dark suits. 1 in navy dress blues. Halvorsen's confidence faltered for the first time. "Who the hell are you?" he demanded. One of the suited men held up credentials. "Special Agent Daniel Reyes, Department of Defense." The words landed heavy. "Uncuff her," Reyes said. "Now," Halvorsen stammered. "She's impersonating." "That woman is Chief Petty Officer Nia Washington," Reyes cut in coldly. 14 combat deployments. Presidential commendation. Active duty Tier 1 operator. The officer in dress blues knelt immediately, removing the cuffs with reverence. "Ma'am," he said softly. "I'm sorry." Nia stood, wrists bruised but posture perfect. Reyes turned to Halvorsen. "You assaulted an active duty Special Operations Service member. You interfered with national defense personnel. You committed a federal civil rights violation." Federal agents stepped forward. The cuffs went on Halvorsen this time. The investigation that followed was devastating. Body cam footage, cell phone videos, prior complaints buried by supervisors, racist messages recovered from his phone. A clear pattern of abuse that had gone unchecked until now. Months later, the courtroom was packed. The judge didn't raise his voice. He didn't need to. "The evidence is overwhelming," he said. "You abused your authority with malice and intent." Halvorsen stared straight ahead, his career already erased. "You are hereby sentenced to 100 years in federal prison." The gasp that followed echoed. Weeks later, on a naval base under a clear sky, Nia stood at attention as a general pinned a medal to her chest. "Your restraint honored this uniform," he told her. Nia nodded once. "I just did my duty." Behind her, the American flag rose, steady, unyielding, and this time, history remembered.